So I'm very excited. We're going to do a full face of Sheglam. Sheglam is a brand that I have used for a while. I have used a lot of their products without any issues for my skin and quite reasonable. So the foundation I bought was for $9 on sale. The full price is 15 Australian dollars. I think even drugstore does not match. Like, I think I bought L'Oreal for 19 bucks when it was on sale. So I've just applied my toner, skin toner, applying my Neutrogena moisturizer. So as for any foundation, I'm applying a good amount of moisturizing. Then last I'm going to go with my Emco Beauty Hydrate and Glow. So this is a brand that I've been very happy with. For some of these products I've used for more than 2 years, and till I started doing videos, they were my go-to for everyday use, and then I just started using other things. So this is my eye cream from e.l.f. Cosmetics. So when you apply makeup, make sure your skin prep is on point, because that makes all the difference to how your makeup finishes. Rather than what product you're making, that is what's going to make the difference, guys, not the product really. If you have a good makeup application technique, you can get away with a lot of drugstore products as well. So for the primer, I'm using the Sheglam Triple Threat. It's a correcting primer. And why is it called a Triple Threat? So it's got these lines and it reminds me of the Milk Cosmetics one. I will only apply a little. This goes a long way with this product. So I just want it where I have color correcting issues. I do have the Sheglam Pore Minimize. This is one of my favorite pore minimizing ones. On my large pores, this really works well. So it looks a little bit like this. You can see how much product I've used. You just need a little bit. It goes a long way. I think I've had it for like 6 months now. And I've used a buffing brush to sort of buff that into the areas where I want the product to go into the pores. You can see I have a scar, or rather mild hyperpigmentation from the acne. Although I didn't break it, it did leave a mild scar. That's how badly my skin can scar if I didn't take care of it. For the foundation, I'm going to use the Sheglam Complexion Pro, the long-lasting breathable matte foundation. So I'm into matte foundations this year. Now, you all know I don't like a thick, this is a full coverage foundation, so that's how it looks. I am going to slightly lighter than what I wanted, but it's a neutral color, which I was happy about. As always, I am going to apply my Bioma 3 drops, and this is my standard with every foundation. I do not like foundation to look too thick on my skin, so just blending that in well. Actually, the color doesn't look too bad at all. I'm just going to coat that. So whatever's on my hand, I'm just applying on my face. The color match actually looks good. Coating the brush completely with the foundation and then going in. So you can see the scar from that recent acne I had. Then I'm going to take a wet sponge to blend that into my skin. I like a natural finish. Even if it's dewy or matte, it doesn't matter. So the wet sponge actually makes it different. It just evenly coats your skin, makes it go into your skin. Not literally, but you know what I mean. It blends into your skin well and looks like skin, which is what I want. I want my foundations to look like skin. Although it says it's matte, you can see it's not matte. It looks quite good. Like a bit of a dewiness is there to it, or is it the sponge? We'll find out once it all dries out. Now for the bronzer, I have got quite a few, but I'm going to use this product here. This is the Sheglam bronzer. So I need to use the contour. For that, I'm going to use the contour stick. There's also liquid contours, but I like these sticks. So I'm going to use a little bit of that. It's actually quite, it's not that neutral, is it? So we're going to go with the liquid, which I prefer, because I want that. This is not the one I was. This is sepia. No, I have another one. Yeah. So that is more neutral and not as warm as the other one that I applied. You see the difference? So I'm gonna have to apply that another dot of the bronzer to even out that look. This applies so well. This liquid contour from, and I've actually had this for a while. I have not been reaching out to it recently, but I will. Now that I've used quite a few of them, I think this is a really good product. I think I do have another shade as well. Yeah. So I'm just going to apply the bronzer there. Then I'm going to use this brush that I used, and I'm just going to blend that in. I like this Kabuki brush that I got from Shein. It's really very user friendly. You don't want to make your look muddy. That is the one thing you want to avoid. And on the contour, I'm going to actually let that dry because I want it to dry out a bit. And then for the jaw, I'm using the stick contour. It's actually very, very subtle, which I like about that. Because sometimes I forget to rub that out, and this just does that job. Okay, so then I'm gonna apply the bronzer. This is the Earthy Sepia, same brush. We're just gonna use very fewer brushes, only because I have washed my brushes and I can't use them, they're all wet. And that's a beautiful color. And the product, see how subtle it is, and that's how you want your bronzer to look. Like a truly bronzed out look does not look in your face. It just, when you reflect, when the light reflects on your face, you will see that variation in color. I'm going to pull that into my jaw, into my forehead as well. So when you blend that in, it shouldn't look muddy at all, which is important. Now you are going to go with blush. So I've got 4 shades of their blush. I'm going to use 2. This is the shade Hot Topic, and it's a little bit of a peachy color. So As you guys know, I blend my blushes, and this is literally ube. If you tried ube in Sephora, you will know what I'm talking about. This is literally ube. So you can go with this, or you can go with the berry color as well, because I don't have a berry shade in Sheglam. I'm going to use something different, so I'm going to use a little bit of that shade there. I don't think that's going to show as much. So I've literally used all my shades. Now this one is a bit of a earthy color, so I'm going to apply a little bit more of the peach there. Don't be afraid to apply your blushes. You can always, it's your face. Worst come worst, you'll have to wash it. So and blend that in with your bronzer. You only want a flush of color. You don't want it to look like your face has been dipped in it. Now that I've left that dry, I might actually use my favorite brush, which is this sharp brush. It doesn't let the product move, but it also blends it beautifully. This is from Mange that I got from Shein. I'll just pull that into my brow space as well. Now that's done with the bigger brush, then I go in with the small brush. So I like that area to be clean. Sheglam Nomadic palette, by the way. I feel like I'm being told indirectly, I know you can't afford it, or you're not going to buy it. So I do feel quite upset, and I avoid, David Jones is most of the time it's empty. I wonder why. If you don't improve your inclusive policy, nobody's, Sephora, we don't have a choice, because if I could, I would never step in there again. But to buy these brands, Mecca does not sell all the brands that Sephora sells, and vice versa. So we don't have a choice. We have to go with them. And that's where all of these issues come up. So that's my eyes. I don't have a liner from Sheglam. So I'm going to use my favorite, my Milani. I am very choosy with my liners. So I don't easily warm up to liners from experience. They don't do well on my skin, especially a brown one hardly ever shows. So that is why, including Maybelline, including L'Oreal, nothing shows. The brown does not show on my skin. So Milani is my favorite. And then I'm going to cover my inner corners. So I know people who have experienced it. Not a lot of people come forward and talk about it because they don't want controversy, but I think it's time we had that conversation. So that's my eyes. I don't have a liner from Sheglam, so I'm going to use my favorite, my Milani. I am very choosy with my liners, so I don't easily warm up to liners from from experience, they don't do well on my skin, especially a brown one. Sheglam mascara. This is in the shade Burgundy. You can see there are two types of, this is the curled wand, and it also comes with a straight wand. So you can choose which one you like. I don't mind either. If at all there is a preference, then I think it's this one. But both does a good job, and what I do is, after I coat the product on my eyelashes, I kind of move it to the side. So just a little bit more blush there, I think. Then I'm going to set this in with the Sheglam translucent powder. This is in lilac and I love this. Going to use my Sephora puff. So just wherever you had applied the concealer is where you're going. Remember, this is a matte foundation, and so far the foundation has been doing excellently well. I'm particularly impressed with how it is not drying and it's not like, you know, caking on my face. That is pretty impressive, guys. The concealer, out of this world, I must say. Now I don't have I do need a little bit of lightening in the inner corners of my eyes. Same palette. Blending it in. We're going for a very neutral look, so I think, should I make it a little bit more bronzy? Maybe I'll make it a little bit more bronzy. And this is the beauty of this palette. You can work, this is at one point my everyday palette to work because it's very, very neutral. You can see some of the colors are almost running out, and I would definitely be replacing it. So it has most of the colors you need, and then just taking the extra product off, blending that in. Yeah, that is, I forgot to curl my lashes. Sometimes I do that. It's not very good. If you have very fragile lashes, it's not a good thing to do. I count to 10. Then for the highlighter, we have got two shades. No, we've got only one. I thought we did have two. These days I do forget my makeups. So just a drop is all you need. This product goes a long way and lasts a long time. So I am going to take my brush with the hand. I'm just going to dab. Can you see how shimmery that is? I'm also going to go and apply a little bit in the inner corners of my eyes. I am a shimmery girl. Then I'm going to leave that on the top of the eye. Ooh, that's a lot. Can you see how strong that is? Just blend it in. And for the eyelids, I'm going to take my blending brush. Very subtle, because I don't have an eyeshadow palette with shimmer from Sheglam, and I wanted to do a full face of Sheglam. I trying to avoid other things. Then for the lip, I have a very, very quiet, and for the lip, I have an amazing product. I've been using this. This is a Sheglam Lip Rules Liner and Gloss Pen. This is a fantastic, easy to carry, and I carry it in my bag. Look at that tip. You know, this is so much stronger than the Fenty and the Huda Beauty pencil. They just break so easily. Look at that pigmentation. My son has just returned from school and he's making something for himself for evening tea. What did I say, guys? I am in love. Can you be in love with a lip liner and a gloss combo? Yes, you can, apparently, because I am in love. If you want if you want it to be a bit more darker, then the next best, you can use a pencil a little bit darker if you want. This is So Lippy, another lip liner from Sheglam. So that's the look, and so that is the look, a full face of Sheglam. Products are amazing. I'm just going to set this in with my NYX Cosmetics Matte Setting Spray because I don't have a setting spray from Sheglam. I forgot to order it when I ordered the products. So that's the final look. It's a very nude look I've created and I'm loving how it turned out. My favorite products are the concealer, the eyeshadow palette, Nomadic, the lip product. This one is Sheglam Lip Rules Liner and Gloss Pen. I find this contour pen okay. It does disappear a while, so I prefer my Barry M contour and conceal pen over this. But the bronzers are amazing. The foundation is really good. You can see that it's not actually drying, even though it's supposed to be a matte look. It's like a dewy matte, which I prefer. I don't like matte, very matte foundation. That's why I don't lean towards the stick foundation because they do turn a bit matte. I do have the Sheglam stick foundation and maybe I'll do it on another video. This powder, no words. This is amazing. This is really something worth investing in rather than buying a ube powder. I think this does really well. You can see how mattified my skin looks. I hope this video helped you guys, and do share your thoughts, your criticisms and your likes with me and what you found good about my video so I can keep improving. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.